Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tied. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The warrior line, soul tribe. Assembly's live, it's friendly vibes. Your soul medicine will give you life. You're a warrior, let's get this right. Warrior line, soul tribe. Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial. Warrior line, soul tribe, Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tied. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The warrior line, soul tribe, Assembly's live, it's friendly vibes. Your soul medicine will give you life. You're a warrior, let's get this right. Warrior line, soul tribe, Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tied.
Happy Black History Month. Man, I'm excited about this podcast today. This is Warrior Line Podcast, Soul Tribe Assembly. I'm Aaron Williams, and I'm excited about this podcast, but I'm still excited about the Super Bowl halftime show. And it's not what you think. It's not for the performance. It's not for all that. That was great. But it also was a sign of amazing courage and amazing just sheer, this is who I am. This is who I am. I'm not going to change because I'm in a certain space. I'm not going to change because I'm in a certain place. I'm going to be who I am. And I'm talking about Kendrick Lamar, the halftime show in New Orleans this past Sunday at the Super Bowl this February in Black History Month. Talking about Black History Month, well, ain't no better preview than what we got the other day of recognizing Black excellence in Black History Month. I tell you, it was beautifully broken down. Kendrick broke it down live and living color. There was no hiding place. He broke it down live in living color. He basically said, I'm going to make your space my space. I'm not going to capitulate. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to try to be anything else but who I am and the blackness that brought me here. And what I like about it, he said right before the song that everybody ready to hear, Not Like Us, he said, 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than music. They tried to rid the game, but you can't fake the influence. See, that's what it's about. It's about recognizing the historical significance of 40 acres and a mule. He was schooling. He was taking us to school. He was taking people to school because it's bigger than music. It was bigger than the performance, and he understands that now that I'm on this big stage, I'm not going to erase that. I'm not going to just get rid of that just because I'm on this stage. I'm going to let you know that this is 40 acres and a mule. You lied about that. You reneged on that. It's bigger than the music. It's bigger than me a rapper. It's bigger than that. It's I'm saying it through the music, through all this, y'all, what y'all ready for, this song I ready for. It's bigger than the music. It's a rigged game. He was making a lyrical stake and invoking a profound historical injustice that has never been changed or repaired. Kendrick Lamar showed more courage in the face of racism and American tyranny than elected officials that have taken oaths. He's shown more courage than all of them put together. Instead of getting in these spaces and decorum and being an institutionalist, he said, you know what? He said, and once said, no more handshakes and hugs. The energy on the circulates through us. Everybody must be judged, but this time God is favoring us. There's a favor of God on the righteous. There's a favor of God on people who stand for it. And his performance, Kendrick Lamar's performance, gonna go over a lot of heads. A lot of people not gonna get it because they're all into this and that and that. But if you listen to the message, he just didn't perform. He schooled. He says, it was a master class on how to use a platform that try to control you, that try to manipulate you, that try to get you to do what they want to do under the guise of we being fair and equal treatment. He said, no, if you're gonna put me out here, I'm gonna be who I am. The red, white, and blue. When they bent over, that was a sign of America had been on the backs of black people. How we built this country. They always talking about the middle class built this country. No, not even cheap. Free labor, free black labor built this country. They went to war over it to keep it. Enslaved labor built this country, and he just gave us a history. He turned this into an education, highlighting the black struggle, joy, and the undeniable power of the culture, the undeniable power of us seeing it through, making it through, not just surviving but thriving. And people always complaining, well, there was no diversity in the cast, in the back of things. No diversity. Well, now you care about diversity. Well, guess what? There was no diversity during slavery neither. There was no diversity. There was no white slaves and all this kind of slaves helping in the field. So now you want diversity. Now you care about diversity, and everything's trying to be erased. But it's when black people use their culture. Now you want to be diverse. But nobody cared about diversity during slavery. Nobody cared about diversity during Jim Crow. Nobody cared about it then. So, I like that statement that, using this moment in black history to tell a story, of what the struggle is. And we know that the game is rigged. We're not stupid. We're not asleep. We're not dumb. And we know we gonna always do more than just overcome. We're gonna thrive in this. And I just love the fact that he took a stage, he took a worldwide stage, and then tried to placate and please everybody. He was his authentic self. He was his black self. He used a black cast, and it was so beautiful and so strong and so unique, and it's so much courage that leaders need to learn from. People are mad about people lying when all they've done is lie. And then they sit there and normalize it. He said he wasn't normalizing what happened. He said 40 acres and a mule. It's bigger than the music. He said it. People say, "Well, I can't see the message. I can't hear the message." He said 40 acres and a mule. I'm getting clear. 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music. They tried to rig the game, but they can't take the influence. They try to rig everything. They love to see us sing and dance. They love to see us play football and basketball. They love to see this. When I say they, black people do this. But when it comes to influence, you cannot take away the influence. It's 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music. How much clear? What do you want the man to say? He said clearly, it's bigger than the music. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than this here. And I'm going to, in this space, recognize it and show courage in this space to believe who I am. And it was beautiful and it was so unique. And you watch it over and over. It's storytelling at its best because it is in your face where you can't deny that he is who he is. He didn't change himself because he at the space. We want to get to the table, and then we want to change who we are when we get to the table instead of bringing our authentic self to the table. And I think it was a powerful message. It was a message that needed. It was classic, something that we needed for Black History Month to remind us that the 40 acres and a mule that was promised is always trying to be erased. The rigged system is always trying to be erased. It's amazing that somebody who always think the system is rigged against them are the ones rigging the system. And he said that clearly. So I thank Mr. Lamar. I thank Ken Lamar for being who he was and so powerful. And those images, those global images going around the world, that this man said, you know what? I am who I am. I know my culture. I know who I came from, and I'm gonna be me. I'm not gonna try to please anybody. But I want to give respect to the ancestors. 40 acres and a mule. He acknowledged right there in that the enslavement of our ancestors and how you did them wrong, and you still to this day will not repair. You still to this day will not do right by them. But I'm going to recognize him on this global stage. 40 acres and a mule. It's bigger than the music. Thank you, Kendrick Lamar, for being bigger than all the cowards that we see around this nation. The cowards that we see that's always going for decorum, laughing and joking, shucking and jiving. Thank you for being true and recognizing ancestors through your platform, through your artistry, through your work. You are the boss. You are the man. And I appreciate that for you, that you stood up and that you stood up for the culture, Because you are, as you say, what the culture is feeling.
Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial or simply tied. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, this friendly vibe. Your soul medicine will give you life.